June 7th, 2023. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. And what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about Kansas City. We're going to talk about something that happened in the past and how it kind of connects to this other stuff here that's going on today with all these people piled into these houses and stuff and what it can kind of breed. And it doesn't always breed good things either. So, this morning I'm out checking my son's oil in his vehicle. And in the last few weeks, I've seen some of these houses get mattresses, more mattresses, more mattresses. And it reminds me of something I come across in the 90s. I worked at an apartment complex. I started at the bottom out there, worked to the top, and it was pretty raunchy there at the end. It was getting pretty bad, and I got out of it. I didn't like it. But we're going to talk about something that happened. Now, this place was called Quail Creek Apartments. It was out by that Castle Car Wash. And I'm going to talk about actually a run I went on one day, a call, got a page, that a furnace wasn't running. So, and it was at a townhouse. It wasn't at an apartment. It wasn't at a fourplex, townhouse. So I get over there, and there was a lady. Met me at the door there. And I walked through. The first thing I noticed, it was kind of dark in there. Now, some of these, the way they were made, they had some of them had kind of like a bar down below, and then stairs went up to the second level. And first thing I noticed, there was 3 beds laying on the floor. 3 mattresses, not beds, I should say mattresses. And it was dark in there. It's pretty dark. So first thing I tried to flip the switch on as we walked through. Nothing, no lights. So I didn't really think nothing about it because a lot of places, people sometimes, you go in places, they don't replace the light bulbs. They might have one light bulb in their whole apartment or townhouse even. So it wasn't nothing that really shocked me or anything. So basically, I go up, I look at the thermostat first, and I'm not getting any power or anything else to it or anything. It was like, well, so I go back down. I want to see, what's going on here. So I go in where the furnace room was at, and the lady is with me and stuff, and she's talking to me and stuff. But in the meanwhile, upstairs, there's 4 more mattresses in the living area. Okay, guys? And this was looking strange. Plus, there was a lot of other stuff I'm going to talk about here in a second. But so then I get down there and I said, why is it so dark in here? I said, you guys don't have no lights? Well, we don't have no power. You don't have no power. Well, furnace ain't going to run without electricity. The furnace won't run without electricity. We paid the gas bill. No, it won't run without electricity. So later on, basically these people were evicted. So I'm going to get there to that in a second. But they were actually using it as basically like a brothel. There was a call gals there. And some were working at Hooters. And when I went to leave this gal was a real nice gal. She said, well, I want to thank you. And she said, I want to give you something. Well, guys, I was married at the time. So, it always kept my word. I never cheated or nothing. But anyway, so she said, so what this gal gave me was, she gave me her Hooter top and her bottoms. Yeah. I think that's got Kansas City on it, doesn't it? Yeah, that's got Kansas City on it. But where I'm going with this, later on we had to go over there and clean this place out. And there was needles laying on the mattresses and a little bit of everything. It took me and this one other guy almost 2 weeks to get this place cleaned out all the way. Now, this is back in the 1990s. Okay, guys, 1990. Now, it's one thing to have one location like that where stuff's going on. But when you got a whole city, it starts turning into that. You got a big problem. But I kind of wanted to talk about that today just a little bit. And then it got me thinking about something else I come across when I was out there. Now, a lot of times they had to evict certain people, and they had a Jackson County Sheriff would come out. They had to come out there with us basically when the day that they were going to evict them. And then we'd change the locks on the doors and stuff. And we had to put everything to the curbside. Anything after it was either put to the curbside or to the dumpsters. Usually, I mean, if it was a townhouse, we couldn't get all the stuff. We usually just put it to curbside. Then it was fair game for anybody. And dumpster divers, anything else. Well, there was a apartment on a fourplex in between Quail Creek there. And we had to go over there. And this place was kind of really strange. This guy that was living in there. And I can't remember who it was exactly, but it was a serial killer. It was on trial here in Kansas City. Now, this is Quail Creek Apartments. And this is the time when I was just starting there as a groundskeeper. And we had to go over there. And the thing I remember more about this place was open the refrigerator. The power had been turned off. And there was just thousands upon thousands of maggots in this refrigerator all over. But we pulled all the stuff out, put everything down there by the dumpster and stuff. But there was a gold shelf, brass shelf, like kind of, it wasn't really brass, but it was coated brass. And this guy said, he said, would you want that? He said, if you want it, I said, I'll, you know, because this guy had a pickup truck. I didn't have a pickup truck or anything. He said, I'll bring it by or whatever. I said, okay. Yeah, I said, I'll take it. Yeah, that's kind of cool because it had glass shelves and stuff. But later on, he tells me, he said, yeah, he said, that was a serial killer that was on trial. See, you don't realize what's going on here in Kansas City. Another thing about that apartment complex, one other thing that always stuck in my head was there's right at the bottom of this hill, at this one fourplex, there's an apartment right there on the very corner down there by that creek down there that was broken in so many times over the 3 years that I was there. It was unimaginable. We put bars on actually over the windows itself and stuff, but they always managed to get through down there. But it just brought up some things. And when I seen this mattress today, I just thought about all the needles and the drugs and how raunchy all the stuff really was. Now, this was in 1990 out there, guys. And then I get to see all these mattresses going in all these houses. And I get to think about, what is that breeding? What is that doing? You know, I don't know. But it's just another thing to talk about and to open people's eyes here in Kansas City so they can be aware. I mean, if you see people bringing in 8, 10 mattresses here or there, you might want to keep a little bit more open eye on a few things, guys. Anyway, just a quick little video, and keep your eyes open in Kansas City here and stay safe out there.